Today I'm starting doner kebab, doner, which is a version of the original version of gyros or shawarma or al pastor tacos. So doner is 100% Turkish. That's where the original doner was invented and created and thought of. And then Greeks made that into gyros, and Lebanese Arabs made it into shawarma, and Lebanese people, whoever, Greeks came to Mexico, and they, we have now al pastor tacos, which is not, it's a gyro or doner kebab. So basically, you can have the doner or the gyro with chicken or with red meat, beef/lamb. Today I'm going to make it with chicken. Of course, I don't have the vertical structure to make the doner. Also, there is a health concern when you make doner and gyro. You can have something, cook it, then put it in the refrigerator, then cook it the next day, put it in the refrigerator, back and forth, E. coli and things like that, So what I came up with this idea. I said, why don't I make small, tiny portions of doner, and enough for two people to have, a nice meal. And instead of making one big one, I'll make 2 or 3 small ones. That way I can manage it much better. I can put it in the freezer. So what I do is I make the doner, I put it in the freezer for 2 days, becomes rock solid hard, and then I take it out and I slice it, and I cook it on the stove top. So the regular doner kebab that you have in Anatolia, in Turkey, you have the vertical structure, and they have those huge knives, and they slice it as as it turns around, and it's just beautiful. And it's spicy meat, chicken or red meat that you have, and you can serve it inside, stuff it in the pizza, put it in a like a souvlaki, in a pita bread, and eat it with. Always use red onion, tomato, French fries, paprika, salt, pepper. You can have it on a salad, on the side as a side dish. You can have it as an appetizer. You can have it as a main meal. So it's very versatile, and it's a Turkish fast food kind of meal. Let me show you what I've done. So I've prepared this morning I prepared this chicken. I bought a package. It had 8 boneless, skinless thighs, chicken thighs. So, and what I did, in the summer, I make my own tomatoes every year. So this year I made a tiny mistake, and I made 1 batch of tomato sauce, very, very spicy. Instead of using 2 regularly, I used 2 hot peppers, jalapeno peppers. I used some like 15 jalapeno peppers with the seeds and everything. So I used I'll say about a half a cup of that sauce, and I marinated the chicken in that sauce since this morning. So it's been here about 8 hours. Since, you probably don't have the same sauce, so what you can do is you can add a 1/4 cup olive oil. You can use a tablespoon of garam masala, teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of cumin. You know, add your own spices. You can put some lemon. You can squeeze some lemon here. I have not. I've just used the hot tomato sauce. Also know that the garam masala is a combination of many spices. So just use the garam masala if you want to make, you know, if you want to use that. Okay. So what I have here, I have the 8 pieces of chicken. I have one wet paper towel just in case I have to, you know, wipe my hands clean. And I have my trusted transparent membrane. So what we're going to do is we're going to create probably 3 roulade, chicken roulade, put it in the freezer for 2 days. And we're going to start by cutting a nice large piece of transparent membrane. Cut it. And I'm going to turn it around. If I see a little. I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to sit on the countertop. So I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 pieces of chicken. And I'm going to begin to roll it. And as I roll it, I'm going to push it in with my fingers. And that's why I need this. So I clean my hands so I don't make a mess. Okay, I center it here. And I continue to roll it. And now I just push it with my fingers inside, in the center, and I roll it, and roll it, and roll it. And as you roll it, it becomes thinner. There you go. So now I'm gonna tie it here as close as I can get it to the meat. And this is how you make the chicken roulade. Okay, so here we go. One done. I'm going to put it on the side. I need a little mess here. And I'm going to get, let me show you how to. Do the second one. Again. Oh, here's a tiny piece. You know, I'm gonna take this tiny piece out. All right. And I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna push it in. I get my hands all schmutzky. Clean my hands. And continue rolling. There we go. Clean the countertop here again, so I don't make a mess. Here we go. Now we turn and turn and turn and turn until it becomes like a sausage. And the more you turn it, the tighter it becomes. And we're going to tie the ends. And after this, I'm going to put it in the freezer for 2 days. So this is going to be nice and rock solid. So this isn't something that you can do this morning, in the morning, and eat it an hour later. Okay, I'll make one more and then I'll cut you back. So also what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put these roulades in this plastic bag just in case they have the marinade all over them. And I'll put this in the freezer for 2 days. Hello. Some of you may be wondering, what is Evan cooking today? So today I'm doing the second part of the doner, the gyro, the chicken shawarma or chicken al pastor that I'm making. I've taken the chicken roulade from the kitchen, from the freezer, and I'll show you how I'm going to cut it. But let me show you also what the side dishes I've prepared for this. So I have a little bit of garlic for cooking the chicken. I have feta cheese with my own lemon thyme. This is for me hot peppers from my own garden that I made this year. I have pickles, a little bit of spinach. What I did, I've removed the spine. What you do is you just hold it like this and you pull the spine. So the spinach is, so you can charge more for the spinach. I also have for cooking the chicken, I have sun-dried tomatoes that I made this summer. This is my own batch. And I've used my own dry basil, my own lemon thyme, and like I said, the pickled peppers that I've used to make the souvlaki. I also have here flour tortillas to put together the souvlaki. So let me show you how I cut the chicken. So I removed the wrapping from the chicken, and then you begin slicing, making thin slices. You don't want to go thick, very, very thin slices, because you want to have this cook very, very quickly. Well, maybe these slices are a little bit too thin. There you go, this is a perfect slice. Very, very thin. And I waited, after I took the chicken roll out of the freezer, I waited about a half hour for it to soften up a little bit. Otherwise, you won't be able to cut it. It will be impossible. So I already have the pan warming up. I have olive oil. There you go. Beautiful round slices. And from the first portion of this video, I used my own hot tomato sauce. I mean, it was way too spicy to be used for spaghetti. So I'm going to use very little, if any, spices, because this is already spicy. But gyros, shawarma, doner, al pastor, these are all spicy meats. But originally, the original doner and gyro, they're made with a combination lamb and beef, and not with the chicken. Chicken came much later. When I was growing up in Hellas, in Greece, up until the mid-1970s, I never had chicken gyro. But now they have it everywhere. There you go, almost done. So these are beautiful, beautiful slices. Look at this. And make sure you cut it right straight through. And I'll make one. There you go. Now this pan is warming up. I'm going to add some olive oil. And also I'll add half of the sun-dried tomatoes and the garlic. I have to reduce the heat a little bit, it's too hot. Mix a little bit more chicken, oil. So I'm going to continue cooking the gyro, the shawarma, and so the chicken is all cooked. I have my tortillas ready. I don't have you know, pita bread, but this will do just as well. Also, I made a yogurt sauce here, so I'm going to start with a little bit of yogurt sauce. This is not tzatziki, it's yogurt, lemon, and thyme. So I'm going to put a little bit of yaourti. I'll put a few of the spinach leaves. I put a little bit of the chicken. And this has a mixture of the sun-dried tomatoes, which have been cooked, and it's really very flavorful. Okay, and I will add a little bit of feta cheese that I have, just a couple of slices. Also, I'm going to add a couple of the hot peppers. And a little bit of the pickles. Oh, a meal fit for a king. I'm going to turn it, and turn it. Wham, bam, thank you, Evan. Look at this, beautiful. And I wanted to show you a cross cut. Now it's time to have lunch.